Good morning, students. Welcome back to the Social Science online class. Okay, today we are going to see the new topic: contribution of different sectors GDP of India. Okay, so last class we learned some different sectors contribution for the GDP, and this is what is it? Last class we learned approximately, and today we are going to see the percentage of the different type of sectors to the GDP. Okay. So we'll see the thing we called as GVA, that is gross value added. So it is the measure of the total value of output of a particular area or a industry or something. Okay, so the total India's gross value added that is 92.26 lakh crore. So this is the total GVA of India. So in the total 92.26 lakh crore, how much contribution for the different kind of sectors, that only we are going to see. You take it as the primary sector that we already know very well. Agricultural, mining, or else fishing, everything will come under the primary sector. In the primary sector contribution is just 15.87 percentage. This 15.87 percentage is very low compared with the another two sectors. Yes, it's very low, but in the 15.87 percentage, the agriculture alone contributed a lot. Can you understand? So this is very good improvement in India, especially for agricultural sector. Okay, not like fishing and mining. These two are not more in India compared to the other countries. The India's primary sector's contribution is 15.87, but mostly the agricultural contribution is more. Okay, we'll come to the secondary sector, that is industrial sector. In the last class also we saw the different kind of industries. They are contributing a lot for the GDP's growth. So this accounts 29.73 percentage. You take it as in the amount now, that is 50.48 lakh crore rupees. So this contribution from industrial sector wise. So nearly 30% of the total GDP of India is given by the industrial sector. So that much of industries it's running in India, and successfully the industry sector is given more contribution to the growth of GDP. And finally you can see service sector. Service sector. What is the service sector? I already said the service sector, it's transportation or else entertainment, everything is covered, banking, everything. So in the total percentage you can see that is 54.40%. This is the highest percentage of the among the other two sectors contribution. So the service sector contribution nearly 170 lakh crore rupees, that's 169.61 lakh crore rupees. So this is the highest contribution. So mostly you can see the gross value added 92.2 lakh crore. Now this contribution mainly from the service sector, the gross value added, its gain. Okay, so now we will move to another part. Sector wise contributions we saw, and here we can see the agricultural product. Okay, so India positioning in the second in the world rank. In world rank, agricultural product, especially agricultural product wise, India's position is the second rank, and the position now that percentage is 7.39%. In the 7.39, this is the higher than the world's average. You can see the all the nations of the world average. The India's average is higher than that. Okay, and industrial sector wise, in the industrial sector, India's rank, that is 6th rank in the worldwide. You can see remaining what is it? 5 nations will be there before the India because their contribution is more. You can see in India, this is only for India. Okay, primary sector, industrial sector or service sector, it's given their contribution, these things now, this is only for India. Now we are going to see about the world. Okay, so India's total number of contribution, industrial sector wise, that is in the world 6th rank India got it. And the service sector, India position 8. Even more, you can see this is the 54.40% for the India's growthness. But actually, this is not enough. You see, that is only India got the 8th rank in the world, which means the more countries have a more number of service sectors contribution. You take it as India to some other country, easily we can identify. Okay, so that's why in the last class we saw why we need to know the importance of GDP or why the GDP is important for the country. Now we can easily identify which position the India stands. Okay, now India's position of service sector, the 8th rank. Now how we know about it? Because we can compare with the other country. So easily we can calculate using the GDP or else like a GPA, we can conclude that India's position. So among these three, the contribution of agricultural product wise, India is better than the other country because it's higher than the world average. But in the India's wise, you can see this is the very lowest in the primary sector. But the same thing I already said, in the primary sector, agricultural contribution is more here. The same thing, agricultural product, what is it? The increase in India. So India got the 2nd world rank and it's higher than the other countries, world countries average. Okay. Next you see economic growth and economic development. Okay, so I think you know very well our former economist called as Amartya Sen. He's the greatest economist, and he says, what is the economic development? The economic growth is one of the tools of economic development. Okay, that's the words of Amartya Sen. So the improvement of the country economically, or else the country's economy, its growth in what is it? In the legal way or else in the right way. It's the part of development. This is the path of development. Likewise, he says. And he also stressed some important points. That is, the economic development, it focuses the overall development, or else it raises the status of living standard of the individuals. Can you understand? So normally the economic development did not focus only the increasing of the industries or else increasing of the agricultural thing. Not only that, every individual life standard want to be increased. That called as development. That's the words of the Amartya Sen. Okay, so we'll see the economic growth and development in the pathways. First we'll see about economic growth. So what is the economic growth? It's normally using the GDP, we measure the economic growth of the country. Not only in India, in all the countries. So mainly, the importance of the economic growth, it based on the comparison. So as already we saw, what's the position of India, what's the position of the India in the world rank, these everything, because of comparison we came to know. Isn't it? So now you see, the India's total GDP in the year of 2018 to 2019. Okay, 2018 to 2019. You see the total India's 2.8 trillion USD. So the United States dollar. Okay, so in the dollars we can calculate now. That is 22.8 trillion USD. At the same time, you can see the USA's, this is India's, and you can see the US, what is the value now? That is 19.3 trillion USD. So you can see the difference. So India's total GDP, that is 2.8 trillion. The US, you see 19.3 trillion USD. So easily we can see, we can conclude in what position that India stands. Even India is a population wise, area wise, you can see this is larger than the USA, but still we are below the level of USA. So these things, it clearly defined what the improvement want to be made in India, or what are the steps want to be taken to improve the economic growth of the country. So this is about the economic growth. I see the economic development. So economic development, I already said, this is focused overall development. Okay, not by any individual or something. So how to develop overall part? It's very simple, because now you see introducing the new technologies that will create or that will credit more benefits to the economic growth. Because you see in the agricultural part, we take it as agricultural part. In earlier days, what type of agriculture we followed? The same thing followed nowadays also. Somewhere, somewhat, some people they follow, but mostly the new technologies added in the agriculture. Even the agriculture is very necessary for the world, especially in India we have a more number of agricultural land, but we used some technologies. More than that, some other countries using, especially take it as China. Compared with India, China's rice production is more. Okay, but they used some technologies over there. So the improvement of the economic growth or development is based on the introduction of technologies. Okay, a lot of policies want to be introduced in the agriculture, not only in agriculture, by industry wise, by service sector wise. We need to introduce the plenty of policies. In 1990 time, after 1990, you can see the economic policy was changed. The new economic policy was introduced in India. After that, that is we call as LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. This based on these three, the new type of policies were introduced. After that, only India it become a step in the right way, because ahead to the many countries because of these policies. So what is this everything now? This is of the new systems and technologies. This will help the development of the economy of a country. Okay, so this is the the thing. It's said by Amartya Sen, the greatest economist of India. Okay, students. Tomorrow we'll move to the next part. Okay.